don't we?
We get to make it.
We get to make it.
We do.
That's really true.
There's a lot to do with it.
You know, old age is, it's just there, isn't it?
And
No.
I wouldn't know, kind of starting to. But it is a new year, and we have the opportunity, and you've taken the opportunity this morning to move. So before you start with the balls, if they're underneath your feet already, just leave them. But just close your eyes. Let your breath be long and slow. So I decided that this year, every class, we're going to start with like maybe a 2-3 minute little meditation. We'll change it up regularly. But I wanted this first one. I've done 108 sun salutation class or done just on my own, but I've never taught the class, and I taught it on New Year's Day, and there was just such an amazing energy as we kind of split up. 108 is divisible by 3 to 36, and we split up into 36. So the first 36 was the things that 2021, okay? We don't want to be tied to the, tethered to all of that's happened in the past, but we can look at the good, the things that helped us learn something. And we've all learned a few things from 2021. Hopefully. No, we have. I can say we have. And so we want to look at that, and I'd like you to just pause for a moment, take a couple breaths, and think about something really positive that happened in 2021. Maybe it was a son and daughter moving closer. Retirement, okay? A new home. Maybe you can just really embrace a really difficult time, and then maybe something you learned from that. So even retirement, even a new home, even family moving closer, even some of those kind of things. We've got some family moving farther. We get to choose whether we decide that's a positive or a negative. One of the biggest things I've learned is that when someone acts this way, it doesn't necessarily mean this. They might just be having a bad day. It might not mean that they don't like me, or that I'm not of value to them, or that they just might really be having a tough time right now. And sometimes we act poorly. And so there's that. And then we have the next little portion would be right now, present. And honestly, we can't change what happened in the past, and we can't change tomorrow, other than we can change how we feel about right now. And so in yoga, we really try to find that present place. So as you just breathe, holding still for a moment, how do you feel? Are you here? And then we have the last portion, which is what's going to happen this year. And we do set goals. We do set intentions, ideas for things that we want to do this year. And we always move forward trying to orchestrate those plans. Sometimes we have stuff come up because our path just isn't straight. But sometimes we have stuff come up that isn't. It's like, wait a minute, that wasn't part of my plan. And that's okay too. So finding that inhale and that exhale. Letting go. Embracing what we've learned, but letting go of the year. Taking what we've learned, putting it into place now, with the idea that it will go into the future. Just a couple more big breaths before we start moving. Notice maybe it's difficult to hold still. Maybe we start hearing the heating and the clicking of the heaters turned on. Maybe we notice a little bit of a cool draft on our feet. Without moving your hands, just lower your chin towards your chest. In an attitude of surrender, submission, but we sure don't like that word very much, do we? We talk in yoga about surrendering a lot. About letting what happens be okay that it happens. Not being tied to the results, that it has to be here or I can't be happy. And then maybe you have a word for 2022. Some of these kind of things are my hardest things, is to come up with just one word. It's like, no, I want this one, this one, this one, and this one. I had a fabulous conversation with my dad on Christmas Eve. He talked about the questions he had about why life has to be so messy. If we're just trying to do good, why can't it just go fine? Why do we have to have the mess? I've thought about that a lot. This was a little analogy that was brought to me. Go ahead and blink your eyes open and start wiggling. This was a little analogy that was brought to me by a friend. She does inklings and online on Instagram. And that was, if you are refinishing a piece of furniture, do you do it in your living room? Why?
Make your best doing it.
My wife will kill me.
Yeah, exactly. My wife will kill me. No, but it makes a huge mess. And yet we are trying to restore it to a piece that we will love to have in our living room. And life is that. It's just messy. But I'm being restored, right? I'm getting better. I'm getting polished. I'm getting some nicks sanded out, okay? So as we practice today, okay, and then I would love to have any input come back to me as to, I'd love to work on this, or I'd love to work on this, because I have ideas, but I'd love to get feedback as to what you'd like to work on, if there was something specific. So go ahead and start. Ooh, let's just wiggle and move. If you've still got your ball under your foot or on your mat, just leave it there. We'll get to it. But just find a little bit of this cat-cow. Ooh. Yeah, so we're just moving that spine in this fabulous way. We are going to work on some twisting today, because one of the things I'm finding is that as I've aged, just a little bit, back bends, and there's a little stiffness kind of in the mid-back that hasn't been there before. I went into my chiropractor and he was trying to just get a little bit of movement there, and he's like, I'm not going to force that, but that's new. And I'm like, okay, I don't like that. Let's see, that's my first thing is, I don't like that I'm not as open, right? So go ahead, grab the back of your chair, move this hand to here and just kind of try to revolve around. Can you get it clear to your waistline? You have to pull your belly in. It kind of goes in and then up a little bit towards your ribs. Okay, that's just kind of something you have to do. It's one of the best things you can do for a low back. And then release that. Maybe there's some wiggling that needs to be done, and then take it to the other side. I was cold this morning, so I've got layers on. I'm getting warm fast.
You start taking yours off, right?
I know. Okay, so yeah, start wiggling and just moving. A little bit of this cat-cow again, finding that give and take, right? There's the give, and here's the take, or maybe this is the take, and this is the give. Really tuck, I'm gonna turn sideways so you can really see. Tuck your tailbone instead of being right on those sit bones. Tuck it and let yourself go back. So you're not sitting back against the back of the chair. You really are sitting upright. The spine loves being upright. The muscles love to be upright. So find that. Let yourself curl. Just let it round. Yeah. So I have been doing a lot of stuff, finding a little bit more range of motion in that mid-back, right? Because of that appointment. So, yeah. Let the shoulders be apart. Start rolling those around. Coming onto the edge of the chair again, right? Roll them up and around and down. Up and around. That sliding of those on the back is one of the things that helps that little dowager hump that loves to come. Okay. Any more? I have been working like on my computer. I can prop up on my bed so that the hip isn't at a 90-degree angle. It's more of a like 120 or something. It's not quite so intense on it. But I found that what I tend to do is get a little bit of this going on, even if I'm back. And so I'm trying to and then I prop that up a little higher so that I can be here. Because I don't really want to have that. I want that range of motion. Okay, let's take another twist. Reach back, just open twist. And then in this twist, we still do a little bit of the cat-cow with your hips and your shoulders. And you might feel just a little bit of stuff in your waistline, in your spine. And then turn around to the other side, do the same thing. So we're just looking for range of motion. I'm really getting warm in here.
It's warm.
I'm like,
How many layers have you got?
oh, there's still got more. So open, let's go post our elbows, right? Turn your palms so that they face out. And then you're just gonna try and push out. Come back in. Push out. Come back in. You might be shoulder height. Notice if your shoulders come up like this. If you can, you're gonna try and pull them down. And if you need to just lower the hands a little to get that done, then that's what you wanna do, is lower that, because you're trying to feel this in the upper back, yes? Trying to feel those shoulder blades pull together, even as you go wide. Okay, it's working those muscles that are right underneath the shoulder blade. Stretch. Go ahead and turn the palm up. Let the hands drop. Bring the elbows towards your waistline. Now, when we do this, it automatically pulls the shoulders back and we get a little bit open in the chest. Okay, totally fine. The one thing we don't want to do is stay. See my back? I don't want to stay in a back bend. So I have to use these muscles. So I'm going to pull up, pull back, pull back. I like to think of it as right here is a window shape, like in the windows. And I'm pulling it down. So the ribs are going to come together in the back, but it's not going to pull it here, right? That's too much. So I'm staying here. I've got those elbows bent, and then I'm going to pull that window shape down. It's like maybe if I had a corset on and they're just pulling the strings right there at the back, but I'm keeping my shoulders. This is upright. Go ahead and release that. That might be a little tingly in your arms. Roll through those shoulders, but try to keep that hugging in. Beautifully done. Now, wrap your balls. And let's find sore places on the bottoms of our feet. Okay. I can honestly say I haven't done this for a while. It's not been, well, it's probably been about a week. Probably about a week. So I might find some really tight places. And I'm just gonna find them. I'm gonna find places that are uncomfortable. And then I'm gonna breathe, I'm gonna send this wonderful intention of, oh, well, you haven't done this for a while. And then maybe you start wiggling around it. You can totally just, in fact, almost like you're circling your ankle. So a lot of times we do this circle the ball. Hold the ball there and just try to turn the ankle. So you're getting some range of motion there. Out. I don't know about you, but I feel that. Do you guys feel that today? Yeah. And then go ahead and take it out so that it's more on the ball of your foot and just go across it. So you're still, this is moving the ankle. My heel is down. If you put the heel down, you'll be able to kind of just, so push and roll on the ball. Push and roll back. Push and roll. You'll actually start to feel your muscles work. And then slide it down. There we go. Here's our toes. One on either side. Yeah. And then lift up. Oh, yeah. And then take it back down and lift it up. We're going to do 5 of them. Take it back down, lift it up. There's 2. Take it back down, lift it up. 3. Take it down, lift it up. 4. Try to keep your toes, like the ball of the foot, down on the ground. And that's the last one. And then take it up and go over. Point your toes, feel the top of that foot reach forward. Okay? Yeah. So I did refinish once a piano. It wasn't mine, I was helping a friend. And the keys on the piano, there were stuck keys, right? There were keys that you push down on it, it would stay, it would play, but then it would stay. You'd have to fiddle with it to get it to come back up. There were keys that wouldn't go down. And what we found, as the piano tuner came, is like, there's just got to be some movement on those keys to keep them movable. Bodies are just exactly the same way. Go ahead and change to the other foot. Just push on it, kind of move around on it. Find some places that might be a little bit tight, that might be a little painful. Yeah, and you're just looking for those. And then you hold. And instead of keep moving the ball, move your foot right over the top of that. You might kind of just go, wow. I'm pushing down fairly firmly. You might go, I can't push any harder than this, Deb, and that's fine. Okay. Move to the top of the ball of the foot, right? And just slide back and forth. This is a massage for the bottoms of those feet. And I don't know if you can see my fingers. My fingers do this as I'm doing that. Go ahead and slide it down. Find one toe and the pinky toe on the side, and then you're just going to pick it up. That should be some stretch going on. Take it down, pick it up, take it down. You're trying to keep the ball of your foot on the ground, right? So the ball of the foot's on the ground and you're just lifting the heel. And back down and lift. And back down. We got 2 more. Take it up. back down, take it up, and back down, and this time take it up and go over. See if you can totally stretch the top of the foot forward. You may feel cramping in the calf, you might feel something underneath the arch of the foot, just really reaching, and then release. Let's see. We don't have our long-toed person that can pick the balls out.
She's gone.
She's gone. She'll be back. Go ahead and lose those balls. Nicely done. Let's take our legs wide. Let's get into our hip sockets, okay? So eyes, the reason I stood up and sat back down is we have flesh, muscle, and fat and skin that's on our buttocks, okay? We want to be right on those sit bones. So I get up, and when I sit down, I kind of do this roll forward a little bit so that I can get that right there, and I'm on those bones, okay? You're going to go ahead and lift one leg, toe, that's a heel. I'll get it out in a minute. Take one up, take it down, push down, take it up. So it's almost like there's something underneath there that, and up and down. Now we're going to reverse that and resist it all the way up. You should feel that on your inner thigh, and then it goes down, and then you push up, resisting, and down, push up, and then push both ways. Down, push up, push down, push up. Feeling the inner thigh, and then take it up, and when it's up, just kind of wiggle it side to side. Yeah, and then back down, other leg. Take it up and down a little bit, just finding that range of motion. And then you're gonna push it up, and then you're gonna resist it down. Push it up, and you're just pushing against something. You'll feel your thighs engage, up, push down. We got a couple more, up, push down, sitting up as straight as we can while we're doing this, and then you're going to reverse it. It's going to resist going up and back down, resist, back down, resist going up and back down, resist, last one, or this is the last one, up and back down, and then resist both ways. Notice the leg, notice the work going on inside the hip socket, the glutes. Okay, and then take it up and just find a little bit of a wiggle side to side. Yeah, and release. How was that on hips? Painful? Owie? Okay.
That's good.
Okay, move it in a little bit so that you're kind of just not, that's why this is not. And I'd like you to just kind of move up. So, my upper body looks like it's moving, but I'm doing just the hips. So it's like one knee goes, just wiggling side to side, one sit bone, the other sit bone. It will feel a little awkward at first, and then you kind of get it so that you can actually just, yeah, and then you go a little faster and a little faster and a little faster and a little faster. And it is a release to the hips, and then just block those babies. Good job. Grab your block. Let's get our calves and our shins. Okay, push it forward. That is so that when, right, remember, we don't want to have this at more than a 90-degree angle. So blocks a little bit more forward. Yep. Foot on the block, reach the heel to the ground. Take a lean forward. Okay, we are stretching out the calf muscle. See if you can lift your toes off the block. Your heel is trying to reach to the ground, but if you'll reach the toes off the block and then try to stretch them and get that, you're going to find up through the shin, all the way up into the hip. You're going to feel it into the glute. Okay, so you want that push down. Now, with your hands leaning forward, go ahead and lift the heel. Okay, you're pushing down on it. That same kind of push we did. Lift it up, push it down, lift it up, push it down. We got one more. Lift it up, push it down, hold it down, reach through the toes, and then release, but release by curling back and coming all the way up, and then just release that leg and go ahead and circle. You should feel that you've done some work in your calves and in your shins. Okay. And switch it to the other side. Here we go. Ball of the foot, or if you can't get the ball, you're on the toes. The heel is on the ground, if you can, or you're pushing down, and then you're leaning forward. You're just adding some weight so that those calf muscles get some weight. The toes are spreading, right? We're getting that spread in those toes, and then up and back down, and up and back down, and up and back down. You're resisting, and up and back down, and then just hold the down. Okay, beautifully done. And then to release, hands on thighs, just curl it back and come all the way up. All righty, let's grab this. Okay, so we're gonna actually stand up, just move the block out of the way, but grab your strap, okay? So, come around to the side or to the back of your chair, just so that we have something to balance against if we need to. Okay, and I want you to be kind of close to it. You can be right here, close to it, that's totally fine, okay? You're gonna bring this strap, okay? It's about shoulder, so from your shoulders out, and then just go just a tiny bit wider. You're not pulling it yet, so it's just loose. Okay, this is what it will look like. We're just gonna hold, you can grip, you don't have to grip hard. Don't let the arms come up here. Make them be here so that you cannot be here, so that you can pull those shoulders down, okay? Okay, and we're just gonna twist with these. So we're gonna go here and back to center, and here and back to center, and here. Let's move with our breath. The inhale is here, the exhale is here. The inhale is here, the exhale is here. I'm seeing really good stuff. So one of the things that happens, you can pause for a minute. When we go here, we tend to take the whole body. Can you see my lower body? So I'm gonna try to pull back so that I keep this square as I rotate around. And then I come back to center, and I'm gonna go the other way. So I actually feel when I go, like if I'm going this direction, this opposite hip is pulling back. Does that make sense? Okay, give it a try. We're gonna do 5 each side. Go ahead and there, yeah. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. 2 more. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Hold it steady. Okay, anybody feel the shoulders?
Yes.
Yeah. Go ahead and just tiny little pulses. And then pause it out. You're just going to bend the elbows. Pull it in. Go ahead and pull on it. Take it back out. Release it. Pull it in and then take it wide. Take it back out. Pull it in. I know. Take it. Like, how do you find these things now? Come back out. 2 more. Here. Pull it wide. Out. Release. Last one. It just comes in and then you pull and then you take it out. Yeah. And release. Goodness. Woo! Roll through those shoulders. Find maybe like a little bit of a backstroke thought, and then forward. You can totally lose that. Yeah. And then let's do some sun salutations. You notice we're standing up a little sooner. I felt like we needed to do that. That was something that kind of came to my mind as I was preparing for 2020. So, hands on, step back. Oh, find that stretch, just find that. I don't know about you, but that's like my favorite, is to find that length in my spine. Make sure your toes are pointing straight forward, they're not turned out to the side. Bend your knees, bend them a lot for you. And then just reach back so you're getting a stretch on the spine, yeah? And then go ahead, that's the exhale. Go ahead and inhale, walk it back in. Oh. When you get up to there, I'm just gonna turn sideways so you can see. One ear goes to the shoulder and another ear goes to the shoulder. If you feel like you need to hold on to something, please do so, okay? You can keep your eyes closed, you can open them, okay? Go ahead and lift the chin and tuck the chin. And lift the chin and tuck the chin, and then take an inhale. And step back. Bend those knees, find length in the spine. Push into your feet. Take a couple breaths here. How far back can you pull? Is someone like holding on to your waistline and pulling those hips back a little further? The more you bend your knees, the more you're going to get them to move back. And then take another exhale. And then on the inhale, walk it back in. Oh, I don't know about you, but that's like just candy. That's like better than candy, right?
I'll take a piece.
Yeah. Go ahead and find the neck again. This time, go ahead and look over one shoulder and then look over the other shoulder. One of the things we tend to do is we let our head either hang or we lift our chin up. And especially when we go into what we call our down dog. I see it all the time. The head either just hanging or the head looking up because they're wanting to see what to do. Okay, so you're just going to stretch out the neck. And then I'd like you to you will have the tiniest little chin tuck. Okay, it's almost like someone's pulling on the back of these ears, but it will give you a little bit of length. It's not this. And it's not even here. Your gaze is still straight forward, but it's not here. It's about here. Okay? Here we go. Take an inhale here. Go ahead and step it back. Find that stretch as much as you can. Bend those knees. How much can you lengthen that spine? Push into those feet. Find that length. Reach, reach, reach. Where's your chin? Mine loves to look up a little bit, so I'm going to tuck it just a tiny bit until the top of my head reach. My ears get pulled up a little bit, and when I do that, I all of a sudden feel a bigger stretch in my hamstring. Take another exhale, and then inhale. Walk it all the way back in, and just pause. Okay. So this is one of the things that excites me more than anything else. Is when I tuck my chin in there and I feel a stretch in my hamstring. I just kind of go, oh, this body is so connected. It's just so, we live with this body. Every emotion, every thing we do, every joy, every sadness, everything we do with this. We do it physically, even if we think we're just being emotional. And so when we can move our bodies, we can help release, right? Some of the stuff that maybe is stuck, some of those emotions. Inhale, let's add our arms, stretch those up. Oh yeah. Exhale, plant the hands and step back. Find that give. You're going to inhale, go ahead and take and look forward. So it will look like this. We're creating a little bit of a back bend. Go ahead and let your chest come towards your thighs, let your knees bend. And then on the exhale, you're just gonna tuck your tailbone and tuck your chin and reach up, rounding, okay? Inhale, find that stretch and reach. You can look up. Exhale, tuck, and then come to the neutral spine. The neutral spine is the shoulders pulling back. I'm not looking forward. You might look to see and then come back in. There's a little tuck in the chin. There's the ears are reaching out.
I'm bending the knees a little bit. I'm feeling the sit bones stretch back. I'm reaching my hands forward. I'm taking a deep inhale and an exhale, and then I'm walking back in. Shake out the legs. Okay, we're going to do 2 more of those. Inhale, sweep the arms. Exhale. Take it back. Find that stretch. Go ahead and inhale. Find a little bit of a back bend. For us, it's harder. When you're getting older, it's hard to do back bends. And exhale, curl. But our body and our spine is meant to. Inhale, so we do it this way. Exhale, curl. We got 1 more. Inhale. Exhale, round. And then come to that neutral spine. Bend the knees. Tuck the chin a tiny bit. Feel the stretch, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Take another inhale. And an audible exhale. And then walk the feet in. 1 more. Shake them out. Inhale. Exhale. Step it back. Find your neutral spine, right? Inhale. Curl it up. Exhale, round it. Inhale, curl it up. Exhale, round it. Last one. Inhale, curl it up. Exhale, round it. And then come to neutral spine. So you don't have a curl in it. And you reach and you stretch. There's a little tuck in the chin. Take a deep inhale, an audible exhale. Let go of so much stuff. Another inhale, and then walk it forward. Exhale. Beautifully done. And shake out those legs. That's a lot of work. Yeah, beautifully done. Let's do some balance. Turn sideways so you can hold on to your chair. Plant 1 foot, the one that's closest to the chair. So for you guys, it's your left foot, okay? Be careful with your socks on still. Just bring the foot right into the ankle, okay? Turn the hip out. Then you're going to just slowly, see if you can, hands to the heart. You might feel really wobbly. And if you need to, just reach back down and grab that chair. Breathe. See if you can feel from your feet, there's a push down, and up your legs is kind of a lift. Like something's pulling up from the ground, and then drop that foot, shake it out. We're gonna stay on the same side. Plant the foot, okay? This time, bring it here. Maybe, just maybe, you can take it up a tiny bit so the toes are off the floor. Okay? Don't let this standing leg walk back. Keep a tiny bend in it, and then just move your hand away from the chair. It might be a couple times. You might get it up. You might find some wobble. Okay? This is one of the best things we can do for our ankles is to feel that wobble. Yeah. So moving the hands makes that wobble have to happen, and then go down. Release, shake it out. Turn around to the other side. Torture. Do you know that what's been so interesting is that just if I do a class that's at night and the room's darker, right? Or in the morning, we do candlelight yoga where I teach. And I find the balance in the dark is so much harder. So much harder. Okay, did I give you enough break talking? Okay, plant that foot. Okay, remember, it's not a lock back with the knee. There's so that you've just got some work going on. Push down, and then you're gonna feel like you're just lifting up. Go ahead and leave the toes down for this first one. They can be pushed right into the floor. You're right on the ankle. Notice, you might feel really wobbly, but maybe, just maybe, you can bring hands to the heart center. See if you do some wobble. Bring your hand back down. Totally fine to do, okay? So you've just got some of that going on, right? Feel as if there's a suction cup pulling you taller, and then release, shake it out. Okay, this time we're going to try to go a little higher.
So we'll start here. I keep saying K and I don't want to. Go ahead and bring it to the toes or off the floor, okay? I did it again. And with the toes off the floor, come to the balance. If you find balance is really fine, that's when you start moving the arms because you want to train that ankle to be able to adapt to movement that's going on. Strengthening those legs, coming back to hold with the, you can strengthen the legs and hold on to the thing the whole time, right? And then release and shake it out. That's a lot of work on those legs. It's a lot of work on those legs. In fact, I'd like you to just walk a little circle. Just kind of walk in a little circle. You do that all day long? Walk in a little circle, you just go in circles. And then come back. And do you remember our shake? If you need to hold on to the chair, we'll probably be doing this every year. His was a bigger circle, that's okay. So bend, find the shake, and then just let it just shake your voice. It's an energetic, it's so fabulous, okay? I want you to think of pulling in and up. You're just pulling in all the good energy, letting it go, pulling it in, and then release, and you'll feel. Come on to your mats. Just come on to your backs and then drop lights.
Onto your back.
Onto your back. Onto your back.
Not on the, like,
Oh, that is darn good.
My side.
Sciatic. Yeah. There's some things we can do. I'm just wondering if your hip would like it. I'm gonna actually turn just these lights on up here for me. I think we need a little bit more light. Okay, so on your back, start. Oh, let me get your blankets. Oh gosh, your favorite thing. Here you go. I'll help you with that. I got. This is my job. It's cold out here. It's a little chilly. Okay, you got it. So, for anybody new, online, we put underneath our heads a blanket, but you want to support your neck. So if you'll unfold so that it's pretty flat, and then you roll up a little bit so that your neck is supported right under there. Okay, windshield wipers with the knees. Feet are bent, arms just can be out to the side, and you just let the knees fall one way. Inhale, bring them up, and exhale down. So, Diana, have you had the sciatic pain sitting or standing, or both?
Basically when I lay down, especially.
When you lay down, so right now you're feeling it.
No.
No?
My knees are bent.
The knees are bent, okay, so with straight legs. So it's so funny because sciatic pain, basically the sciatic nerve runs through the hip, the muscle and the tendons, okay? It attaches into the low back and then runs down, and it manifests in all sorts of different ways. So this would actually be a wonderful thing for you to do if you're not feeling it here. Because can you feel how as you go across, as the knees come up and go the other side, you're rolling right across that sacrum. When the knees drop to the side, okay, try to look the opposite way. There's that twist again. The knees will come up, you're going to the opposite side. The knees come up and you look opposite. That's a twisting of the spine. The very best thing for the sciatic is to create space in the hip socket and where that the nerve is. So, is it right or left?
Right.
Okay, you're gonna do it on both sides, but we'll start with the right. Some of you won't be able to do this. I'll come help you in just a minute, but you're gonna take the right leg and cross it over the left thigh. Yeah, take the knee wide, take the right leg, cross it over the left thigh, so it's pigeon. Your left knee's bent. Okay, you might or might not be able to reach down and grab your thigh and pull it. So if you can't, then you want to find either a chair. Let me show them online and then I'll come help. Or a person that is going to be your support. So if you want to look up here for a sec, okay, here I am taking the right over. If I can't, okay, I'm going to feel a bigger stretch if I'm up here. And I'm going to feel a bigger stretch if I can pull this in. So the chair will actually move closer to your body so that you can put it there and find that stretch. If you can't, pull this close. Does that make sense? So that's the stretch we're looking for, to create space in this hip. Okay? Now, I'm gonna go be their chair. So, keep going. Keep going. All right, so, don't want to hurt, so let me know. Is that okay? Yeah. Flex this foot out. Breathe. So is that sad? You're just tired.
Now it's time.
Your husband. So this would go up on the chair. This would maybe go on David's side because back in there, oh yeah, push into me, don't let me do all the work, yes. And then just kind of come in and out of it. Gently, right? Yeah, and then come out. Yeah, and then put some windshield wipers again before you do the second side. All right, okay. So, yeah, yours is gonna be here. How's that feel? Ouch. Okay. Well, let me push, so push me, push back into me, yeah, and flex this. Okay. I should probably turn it around so they can see what I'm doing. That's stretching. Yeah. Then come back, put feet down, windshield wipers. Okay? You okay if I show them with me helping you?
Sure.
Okay, so you get to turn around here, guys, and see bodies. No, it shouldn't hurt too bad. Right leg up and across. There you go. Right, and then do the other one. There we go. This one comes up in the air. Okay, so I am yes, I know. That's why I'm doing this so carefully. I'm pushing on this thigh, and I'm trying to take his legs. Yeah, so let that knee bend a tiny bit. I won't push it too far. Can you feel a stretch in that hip? Yeah. Yeah, breathe. No holding of the breath. Okay, a little bit of side to side movement. Now come in and out. Push it down, bring it back. Push it down, bring it back. So you're creating some space in that hip that's there. Okay, go ahead and bring the feet back down and uncross and windshield wipers again before you go to the second side. I've already done Joyce.
Joe will take it.
Is that okay? flex this foot. Yeah. And then let me push, and then push back in, and then come out. Let me push and push back in. So that's what we're doing right now, is just finding that range of motion. Do you feel the stretch in the hip? Yes, no, maybe so. And then bring back in, windshield wipers. So we do that, and then we go back and do the second side. Because we have two sides. And our pain isn't just one-sided. Yeah. So this foot is flexing, right? And we're just finding a little give and release, and give and release, and finding that give and that release. Yeah, you okay? Take some breaths, make sure you're breathing, and then go ahead and release. Yeah. Windshield wipers again. So the windshield wipers, that movement of side to side, is us stabilizing. Do you want to try the other side?
Sure.
This foot up here. Now, can you cross it over? And just lift this up. Okay. So he's had a knee surgery replacement. So bend this knee. Yeah. We gotta get into that hip. So you okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Breathe. So I'm gonna push a little, you're gonna push back into me.
Okay.
I'm gonna push a little, yeah, and push back in, and let me give you a little bit, let me move you, there you go, back in. Yeah, that we need. That's amazing. Yeah, that he can actually get that range of motion, and then come back down and windshield wiper, okay? Make sense? Okay, did you want the other side? The down. Left leg. Other left leg. This is right. This way. Cross it. There you go.
Thanks for 3 tries.
With age comes some brain issues. No, I'm just teasing. Are you kidding me? Yeah, you've got give there. How's that feel? And release. Come back in. So, oftentimes in yoga, then we hold them. Notice we don't do much of that. As we age, okay, and honestly, anything gentle, you want to find the range of motion. You're going for movement. You're not going, I'm going to hold it this long, because the holding of this long tightens us up. Okay? Okay? Good job.
When you start crying, you'll stop.
No. Go ahead. No, there you go. This sort of crosses. There you go. Good. These guys are amazing. You guys are incredible. Yeah, find that. Ooh. Is it this left one? Okay, so how does that feel? What does that give you? What does that do? Can you hurt? Is it just hurt? Does it ease it?
It hurts
Right in the crease in the band, yeah.
So how do you do this at home? Or do you just
I'll just come over. That would be the best. All righty. So, Shavasana. Go ahead and take a twist. Take the knees all the way over to one side. Yeah, take a twist. Take the knees all the way around, and look the other way. And then when you're ready, go ahead and take them up and go to the other side. And I'm going to put bolsters underneath the knees. If you're at home and you don't have a bolster, let it Good spot. Okay. Use a blanket. Use pillows. No, I want a bolster. How's that? There you go. All right, here you go. So you go down.
guys are creating the, just being here, it would have been real easy to just go. Is that your side? Okay, good. So I will, Diana, when you spend the night, it's not under your knees.
I'm a side sleeper.
You a side slipper?
Yeah, so I put something.
In between, like this?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, just wanted to show bolster here. These are just bolsters we have here. Okay, you can use anything. The idea behind the bolster is to get the knees slightly bent. Look at my neck. And just let a place where there is no work going on. Shavasana means literally corpse pose. So we just want to have a place where no muscle is working. We're propping up. We're letting the breath, it comes and goes. We might take a couple of deep breaths and then we're really not even thinking about our breath. We'll still breathe. We have this opportunity right here, right now, to find some stillness. So one of the things that is so important, and especially in our busy culture, is to make sure you have a pause place where you really can, in your mind, go through your body and find how it's doing. That's the connectedness we talk about in yoga. There's a pause. There's a stillness. We're okay being still. We've moved throughout class, but now we can find a stillness. Sometimes stillness is the hardest thing to find. You'll notice that I'm sitting. You don't have to look, those of you that are lying down. But I'm propped up because that creates an ease in my hips so that my spine can be straight. When you're lying down, your spine is straight. So as we go into 2022, that just sounds futuristic to us. I remember reading 1984 when I was in high school and thinking, that's a long time away. And that's clear back in the rear view now.
That's for sure.
Yeah. Every year, we're going to have another year. Let's take the good, the learning, even the messiness of 2021. Recognize that right now in the present, it's going to be messy too. Some days we'll go, this was a great day, and other days we'll go, oh my gosh, I want another great day. And we're going to have those. But then we look forward. This stillness is one of the things for me that helps me learn. It helps me recognize, oh, you could be kinder. All the different things we want to change. We'll end the video here. If you're on your back, stay there. If you want to come back up to a seat, you can. But let's just think grand thoughts about 2022, regardless of whether we're going in with an already existing condition. A hip, which there's 3 of us in this room with hips. Knees, shoulders. Move forward. Enjoy every part of the journey. Being present, being connected. Namaste.